Well, moving forward from last year, we won our conference tournament and we were 2-0 in our regional, which isn't quite the ending that we would have liked to have because we had a little bit of talent last year. We did end our season short, and we lost a good handful of quality players from last year. So that's always a challenge as a coach to try to replace what you lost. There's going to be times this year with our new team that we're looking at 6 to 7 new faces on the field at once. Very happy with what we brought in, so that's definitely a positive from our standpoint. And at times we're going to have, of our pitchers, we lost 2 to 3 of our top arms from last year, so we're going to have that as a challenge as well. But as a coach, I think we did a good job of identifying and recruiting and bringing in some good talent. So I'm happy with the way things look so far in the early preseason. Now it's kind of a matter of putting it together on the field and competing in games. So in identifying some of our returners, Connor Glick is our catcher. He really came along as a freshman. He had a really nice season as a freshman, and we're going to look to him for some leadership this year. At first base, we returned Josh Griffith, and we'll also have Matt Williams getting some time there. Both guys are pitchers, and both should have a pretty good impact on our team this year with the role that they're given. Matt being a closer is going to have a significant role at the end of games, but with both guys, we're counting on them for some time at first base. We have some new faces in the infield. Johnny Nate's a transfer from Michigan State. We anticipate him playing shortstop. Josh Smith got some time last year. We anticipate him playing some second base as well this year. He did play some middle infield for us at both shortstop and second base last year. So those are a couple of the new faces that we'll have. Third base is wide open right now as well. We'll have, we got a couple guys friendly competition there, I should say. But Anthony Villar and Joel Skipper are 2 guys that'll be in the mix for a third base spot. Looking to the outfield, we're going to have some new faces out there. We've had some pretty good talent the last few years. Losing guys like Jamie Potts and Mike Nedrotowski are some pretty big losses for the program. But we did bring in a pretty talented crop of outfielders. Happy with who we brought in. We have Keith Browning. He's a Kansas State transfer. Alex Young is a transfer as well from junior college. And then Zach Berry should be in the mix as well for some time in the outfield. Very talented high school kid. And Jason Rebecki is one of our returning outfielders. So very happy with what we have in the outfield. We definitely have some team speed, so that's going to be a strength. But very happy with the talent level that we have out there. As far as our pitchers go, we're going to look to some guidance out of a good handful of guys. We've got some friendly competition there as well. Really looking for a big year out of Matt Williams and Zach Anderson as returners. They both had fine seasons last year, and hopefully they put themselves in position to improve from last year and give us a little more leadership there. Also, Troy Dykes and Kyle Lawson are 2 names right now that are standing out as guys that we're relying on for some leadership on the mound. And we have a talented pitching staff, so I'm not concerned at all with our depth there. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what guys can do once we get a chance to get outside and play some games. So we've been working hard here indoors for the last several weeks. It's always unique for us being a northern team that we really don't get outside on a baseball field until our first game. So we go through a lot of work. We have a very nice facility here, so we're very fortunate. But in terms of getting prepared, we're doing our best to get a lot of reps, doing a lot of cage work to get a lot of swings for our position players and live competitions in cage with our pitchers. But in terms of getting outside on dirt, that's the biggest challenge for us. So we're making sure we get through the reps and get the proper number of reps to make sure that we're prepared to go, come February 18th once we open up against Southern Indiana. Well, as far as goals go this year for our team, we obviously want to remain competitive. I think with the history and tradition that we've built with our program, by no means do we want to take a step backward. It's always interesting and a new challenge with a new group of guys. But as we've stated with our team, we would definitely like to remain a contender in our region. So first and foremost, we want to do well in our conference, do well in our conference tournament, and put ourselves in position to compete and do well in the regional. So right now, that's what we're striving for with our indoor workouts right now, and hopefully once we get outside and get a chance to play on dirt, hopefully those results show.